I'm sitting down beside Zack from Goatwhore, plays drums. Just finished off a Dynamite set. How you feeling about Toronto and yesterday in Heavy Montreal? How'd things go?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. Had a great response, good time, treating us well. Can't complain about anything, you know?
Right on. Sounds good. You guys just put out a new album in the past couple of months. Blood for the Master.
Blood for the Master.
Yes. Can you talk a little bit about how you guys go through a writing process and the gestation of the new album?
Basically, we just get together and Sammy's got a library full of thousands of riffs, and me and him sit down first. We listen to those, pick out riffs that we basically want to work with first, and then it's basically a puzzle, putting together, arranging, and everything, and then everything else comes afterwards. But it was a lot. It's always fun, but this time it was more relaxed because there's never really been a preconceived, like, we don't go into it trying to with a certain objective. We just let it happen, and we know when it's good. We know when we're satisfied with it, and when it's done, we know it's done.
Yeah.
And then when it's done, cemented, we just fucking practice the fuck out of it and go record it.
So you and Sammy actually get together, jam. It's not file sharing. You guys sit in a room and work it out?
Yeah. I live in Phoenix, so I'll fly in and basically live in New Orleans for the duration of the writing, and it's usually Sammy and I getting together in a room just one-on-one, and sometimes everybody shows up, but normally it's us because he has so many good riffs. But I don't know, my place in the situation for the last 3 records is basically kind of just trying to arrange them and do interesting things with the arranging. So
compared to some of your other albums, how quick did Blood come together?
A little quicker actually, because I think it's my 3rd record with the band, and it's first for our new bass player, but it's just we kind of got in the swing of things by now, and we just kind of are definitely on a better understanding between all of us to know what we need to do and what needs to happen. So it's just like anything. The longer you do it, the more natural it feels, I guess.
I feel a bit silly saying that the new album sounds tighter than some of your other ones, because I tend to think all of your albums sound pretty tight, but there is something about Blood that I'm totally digging. It reminds me a little bit more of kind of old school 80s thrash, if that's fair.
Yeah, I can totally see that, man. It's just kind of, like I said, that just playing what comes natural to us, and we're all getting a little older. I'm not old by any means, but Sammy and Ben are getting older, and our older roots are kind of shining through. Like the Motorhead influence and Creator, Sodom, and just all the thrash bands we really like, and not really feeling like we have to be anything. We're just metal. We don't want to be black metal or labeled anything. We're just basically just a metal band,
Genreification. You just want to rock out.
It's just metal. It's Judas Priest rocking out, horns in the air. You know what I mean?
On your past albums, I always thought that you sounded a little more European, even though you are an American band. A lot of your sound just reminded me of shit that I really like from over in Europe. I feel like this new album's maybe a bit more polished in the sense that it's ready for more of a North American audience. Does that sound fair?
I could agree with that. It's definitely I think it's just more of coming into our own element in a way. I think just after this lineup being together for how long it's been together, and just doing what we do, it's getting better at what we do, and we're kind of zeroing in on what we are, not what we're trying to be. It's what we are. It's pretty honest. It's like what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? We just do what feels right to us, and hopefully feels right to other people, and they can get some enjoyment out of it and release some frustration or do whatever they have to do, man.
One of the things I've always liked about your band is you always have awesome merchandise. Always. And, the cover art of the new album's wicked. The shirts that I'm seeing around, also wicked. Who does that stuff for you? Are you guys behind that at all in any way, or is that all the label?
No, actually, dude who does a lot of our t-shirt designs and the artwork for all the artwork on the new album is our friend Jordan Barlow from New Orleans. He's a tattoo artist. Great friend of ours. Sammy and James playing another band with him called Ritual Killer. He's a great dude. Just, you know, we go back a long way with him, and he does great work. He understands us and what we're trying to convey. So basically, we'll just give him an idea, and he'll run with it, and just we'll see it, and we'll be like, holy shit, that's wow. So he does a great job, and it ties in with the music perfectly, because we don't like the whole cartoony kind of, you know, artwork and all that. So he does a great job, and it represents us rightfully, I think.
I actually got into you guys through other bands wearing your merchandise. And, you know, a lot of sludge bands, like a lot of stoner rockers really seem to dig Goatwhore, which is interesting.
It's a cool thing about, I mean, because we're just friends with so many other bands, and we're just friendly with so many people. Like, even if we don't really like your music or it's not the same style or whatever, we'll still hang out and have fun. But, you know, it's just, there's so many people you come across on the road, so many different bands, and we're all just here to hang out and play our music, you know what I mean? So there's no point in being a dickhead. Be friendly, be cool, it's whatever. We're all here to do the same thing.
Can you talk a bit about working with Eric Rutan?
He's awesome. He's great at what he does, obviously. He knows his style of music at the back of his hand. He's good at getting you to do what you do best, you know what I mean? It's like, if you're frustrated on a part or whatever, he'll just say, hey, dude, just go take a break. Just go take 30 minutes, man. Go get some food. Go do what you got to do. And just kind of, just the encouragement, you know, just, it's kind of like I don't know, how would you say it? It's really inspirational, just the way, like, he gets it out of you, you know what I mean? Because if you're not feeling something and you're trying really hard, getting frustrated, it sucks. It's not going to be good. So he's good at, like, just chill out, whatever. And he's not afraid to tell you what sucks and what's good. But, you know, it's what you want in a producer or engineer or whatever. I mean, you don't want any bullshit. I mean, tell it like it is and get the job done, you know what I mean? That's what he does. And there's a reason it's our third record with him, and I think that's going to be a continuing trend with the records to come.
When you were setting out to make a new album, do you guys tend to have a roadmap of how you want it to turn out? Do you go in with like a preconceived notion of what your body of work is going to sound like for the release?
Not at all. We're kind of totally against that, actually. We just get in the room, and you know, I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago, and none of us were. You know, we evolve, and we still all love heavy metal, but now compared to 3 years ago or 6 years ago, the last two albums, it's like I've always loved Judas Priest. It's one of my favorite bands, and all of us. But now it's like we've kind of been through the evolution process of like, all right, we've done this. We're not afraid to we love Judas Priest. We don't give a fuck who knows it. Because they need to know it. Because it's one of the greatest heavy metal bands of all time, you know. But we just get in there and rock it out. If it feels good to us, it's what goes, you know.
Do you have ways of challenging each other as musicians to try and better yourselves as you go through album to album?
Oh, of course, man. We all bust each other's balls, you know what I mean? It's all, you know, if someone's slacking, fucking bust their balls until you get it done. And just try to play the best you can, man. I mean, that's about it.
Do you find it gets easier? Like your third album in, do you think it's easier making music with Goatwhore than it was when you first started?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, as with anything, like I said before, it's just the longer you do it, the more natural it feels, and just, I don't know, it's like second nature, you know? It feels good.
What do you think of the go-to songs on Blood, and why?
Personally, I think just as a whole, as a piece, it flows together pretty well, but the first track, Collapse and Eternal Worth, I think it's a very solid rock rocking metal song. It's got a good variety of grooves and different feels and kind of ties everything together in a cohesive song. But that's kind of what we try to do with every song, I guess. But I'd say the first track is one of my personal favorites. And I believe it's the second track. Was it Parasitic Scriptures of the Sacred Word? It's just fun to play, too. I don't know. It's just fun.
You've now played both Heavy Montreal and Heavy Toronto. What do you think were the differences between each crowd and each show, and which one did you prefer?
They're both great shows, man. And yesterday the weather was kind of really rainy or whatever. That's fine. People kind of know what to expect when they're coming to an outdoor festival with that. But I'd say today was a better performance for us. Because I don't know what it was, but we just felt more comfortable. It wasn't so rushed. Because yesterday, the logistics of the whole thing was just like, all right, the stage is this far, like a mile away from where our gear is, and we have to take this gear truck, and the gear truck was late, so it was kind of a logistical pain in the arse. But today was just a lot more relaxed because the setup is a lot more relaxed, I guess.
We never get to see that. Like, we're just out in front of the stage, waiting for you to come on. We never really get a feel for, oh, the band's having a bad day, or you know what, someone tripped and fell, or whatever.
But to be honest, I see all that mud out there and all these people fucking just having a good time rocking out with mud all over them, and I respect that. That's cool.